Hey guys, what's up? It's Vinny. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be going over how to get an 800 credit score. We'll be going over 5 different methods that you can implement immediately that will have a significant impact on raising your credit score. Now, why is it important to have an 800 credit score? Well, for literally everything, whether it's a mortgage on a house, a car loan, getting the best interest rate possible, or even getting approved for a rental are all impacted by your credit score. Yes, it is just a number, but it's arguably the most important number in your life. I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time, so let's jump right into this. But if you guys don't mind taking 2 seconds to hit that like button to help my channel grow and to help as many people as possible. Alright, so let's jump into our first method, which is disputing any errors that are on your credit report. This is something you can do right after watching this video, and you should report any errors because it can have a huge effect on your credit score. Some sources show that 70% of credit reports have either serious errors or other mistakes of some kind, and that 1 in 5 people have an error on at least one of their credit reports. This means that many of you could have a credit score lower than it should be because of an error made by the credit bureau. So how can you fix this and boost your credit score? All you have to do is go to annualcreditreport.com and request your free credit report. Please do not go to any other site claiming to give you a free credit report. This is the official site. Usually you only get 1 free credit report per year from each of the 3 credit bureaus. But during the pandemic, you have access to free weekly credit reports, so please take advantage of this. Once you have your credit report, check it for any errors, such as accounts that are in collections even though they're not, wrong social security numbers, misspelled names, or anything that is incorrect. You should report it and correct it. You can dispute any errors online, calling them on the phone, or through the mail. Like many things in today's day and age, online is the easiest. However, each of the 3 bureaus is going to have their own system for disputes. If you successfully make any corrections, such as removing a late payment or an account that shouldn't be in collections, your credit score will increase significantly. This is definitely something everyone should be doing. It's easy and takes no time at all, so make sure you do this as soon as possible. The second method to get you to that 800 credit score is to lower your credit utilization. Many people don't know this, but your credit utilization accounts for 30% of how your credit score is calculated and can raise your credit score quickly in the short term. Your credit utilization is basically the percentage of your total credit limit you have used. A quick example would be if you had 1 credit card and your total credit limit that you could spend on that 1 card is $10,000 and you spend $3,000, you have used 30% of your credit utilization and it will stay at 30% until you pay your card off. The objective here is to keep your utilization low. The credit bureaus aren't the biggest fans of seeing you spend too much of your credit limit because to them you are more risky. The average percentage most sources recommend is to keep your utilization below 30%. However, I personally try to keep mine between 2 and 10%. You don't want to only use 1% because it shows that you don't use your credit, and you don't want it too high either because it may raise a red flag as risky. So what do you do if your credit limit is low so your credit utilization is always high? Well, there are a few ways around this besides spending less money. One of the best ways to fix this is to sign up for more credit cards. The more credit cards you have in your arsenal, the higher your credit limit will be. For example, if you have a credit card that has a credit limit of $2,000 and you sign up for another credit card that gives you a credit limit of $5,000, your credit limit just jumped from $2,000 to $7,000, which will dramatically lower your credit utilization. The second thing you can do is actually call your bank and ask them for a credit limit increase. This isn't guaranteed to work, but there's definitely a possibility for it. I have actually done this myself and they have given me a credit limit increase, which dramatically lowered my credit utilization. The third way around this is to pay off your credit card faster. For instance, let's say you have a credit limit of $2,000 and you purchase something that costs $800, you have used 40% of your credit limit. The best thing you can do is to pay off that $800 as soon as you can to lower your credit utilization. Following any of these tips, if not all of them, to lower your credit utilization will have an overall impact on significantly increasing your credit score. The third method you could use to boost your credit score is more of a hack, I'd like to say, and that is becoming an authorized user on another person's credit card. This method is a lesser known way of raising your credit score, but it can have huge effects up to 50 to 100 points after doing this. So basically what this is you're going to join another person's credit card and be a part of their credit history. The bank will send the primary credit card holder a new credit card with the authorized user's name on it. Once they receive the credit card, they can decide if they want to give it to you and let you spend it freely, or give you personal restrictions where you can only spend on things like gas or food every once in a while. However, what's interesting is the primary user is still responsible for paying off the card. And since you are now technically a part of their card, you are also part of their long credit history, which will benefit your credit score. Now please don't just go around wanting to join someone's credit card. you should pick someone you trust and someone who trusts you, such as a parent or relative. It's important to make sure that they have great credit because you'll be writing off their credit history. If they do decide to give you their card to spend, that can be dangerous and mess up their credit, which will mess up yours, so please be mindful of how you spend on that card. Once the primary account holder receives your card, they can either choose to give it to you or keep it, and either way it will have the same effect on your credit. So even if they throw it in a drawer or lock it in a safe, you will still be able to reap the benefits of being a part of that person's account and credit history. I highly recommend this, especially if you're younger. I actually did this with my parents, and it helped me when it came time for me to open my own credit cards. I had already built some credit history. Again, it's super important to make sure the person whose account you become a part of has a great credit score. Because if they don't pay off their credit card, you are a part of their credit and you'll be screwed, and your credit will suffer the same consequences as the primary account holder. Now, even though you will see an increase in your credit score, you still may not be approved for large loans such as mortgages or car loans. The reason for this is for larger loans, they will take a deeper look into your credit report and credit history. And once they see that you are just an authorized user, it might not be enough because they want to see that you are fully responsible for your credit score. I still highly recommend this method as it will create a great foundation for you to build off of and reach that 800 credit score. The fourth method is probably the most important method on this list, and that is setting up auto pay on all your accounts. Anytime you open up a new credit card or a new car loan, set up auto pay as soon as possible. Every company will be different, but to do this, log into your account and find where you can set up auto pay and connect your bank account by entering your account number and routing number, and you're all set. You can do this for pretty much everything, from car loans to rent and especially your credit cards. This is where most people mess up and forget to make their payments, and I understand it's easy to forget, but this is literally the most important part. Literally missing one payment that you cannot dispute and you will not have an 800 credit score. Well, at least for a while. This is the most important tip from this video, and I hope everyone starts implementing this today as it will have the biggest impact on your credit score overall. The goal here is to have your on-time payment streak run as long as possible. If you really think about it, all your credit score is just the credit bureaus examining to see if you'll make your payments on time. And nothing says I'll make my payments on time 100% of the time than having an 800 credit score. This is by far the most important tip and method of this entire video that everyone should be implementing. Alright, the fifth and final method that you guys can implement to reach that 800 credit score is to stop applying for credit, mainly for the short term. Anytime you do a hard credit pull, your FICO score is going to slightly decrease. The reason for this is because when you open a new line of credit, the bureau will do a hard inquiry on your credit, and this will show on your credit report. It'll be on your credit report for about 2 years and can decrease your credit score anywhere from 5 to 20 points, but this will only last a few months. Yes, I know this is super annoying, but there's a reason for this. And that reason is that too many credit pulls can be flagged as risky behavior because it shows that you may be applying for too many lines of credit that you might not be able to afford. If you can, try to refrain from doing too many hard credit pulls and only applying for things you really need. Now I know this seems like a lot of bad and you're wondering when this is going to be a good thing. Well, this will only affect your credit score in the short term. In the long term, opening more accounts could actually help you if you're good about paying them off on time. Now let's say you're shopping around for a mortgage and trying to get different quotes. All these inquiries are about the same thing, a mortgage loan, so they will not be counted as separate inquiries. As long as you do them between 14 and 45 days, all the inquiries will count as one, so make sure you do them all at the same time. One big tip I also want to give you guys is if you're planning on getting a car loan or mortgage loan and want the best interest rate possible, try not to apply for any credit cards in the months leading up to it. The reason being is when you apply for new credit cards, your credit score may decrease a little bit in the short term, therefore you may miss out on the best interest rates possible. I also recommend waiting at least 6 months before applying for a new credit card. This method is great for the long term and preparing your credit for the short term if you plan on opening new lines of credit. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you follow these methods and tips and your starting credit score isn't too low, an 800 credit score is almost guaranteed in about 6 months to a year. Obviously it varies from person to person, depends on what's on your credit report and so on. Yes, an 800 credit score is the goal, but realistically, if you're above about a 750, you have a very high credit score, and any increase in there won't make much of a difference on your interest rates. However, this will give you much more wiggle room when applying for credit cards. You can afford to go shop for a mortgage loan right after and still get the best interest rate. I hope you guys got some value out of this video and implement these tips and methods as soon as possible, as they will help you guys reach that 800 credit score. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to see more content like this. I make content about investing, personal finances, and entrepreneurship, and teaching you guys how to make, save, and multiply your money. That's it for today. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you all next time.